conservative.
Yes, sir.
And you're liberal.
Yes.
Working at Rhode Island Northern College. Why am I not surprised?
I do. If I don't have a choice, I like to say I'm capitalist. But if we have to go into a box, I'll say I'm.
You see, already you're showing a higher level of intelligence than most others by disdaining labels to begin with. Because when I start asking people a lot of times, how do you define liberalism? They go, well, I'm socially liberal but fiscally conservative. So it already starts muddying the waters. And, things like that. So they give us these labels and put us in the boxes so they can get us fighting against one another. And the whole divide and conquer routine, it's the oldest trick in the book. It's what they always do. So the question today is, and this is something I don't know if you're aware of, if you're not, you should be, because I do believe it is the biggest political scandal ever. And it's not being talked about, and of course, here. They lie to us. So there are only a few outlets, alternative. And not even Drudge is covering this. This is what is really puzzling me. That's why I think this is so big. Nobody wants it out. There's only a few outlets like InfoWars, Zero Hedge, and Daily Caller that have been reporting on this, and smatterings in other locations. It is the DNC-Scandal. Are you aware of it? Are you aware of the DNC-Scandal?
Which one?
The Awan Scandal, where the IT guys, the brothers, right, they all had his arrest.
Now, he stole the laptop, of course. That's what it's saying, right? But do you believe that he stole it, or was it given to him?
Well, either way, he's been arrested. He was trying to leave the country, right, after smashing hard drives. Now, these three brothers worked for the DNC for years. They were each paid 3 times the amount any normal other IT guy has ever paid, and were never on call. You couldn't get them to do anything. So they made up to $5 million while working for the DNC. Wasserman Schultz, who worked for directly, the boss, kept them on the payroll to the day after he was arrested. Now, of course, the DNC lawsuit, which Bernie Sanders doesn't even talk about, where all the Bernie Sanders supporters are suing the DNC for blatantly stealing the nomination from him, right? And there have been 3 murders connected. Now, I heard it was up to 6, but I haven't confirmed the other 3. Of course, the DNC lawsuit, which Bernie Sanders doesn't even talk about, where all the Bernie Sanders supporters are suing the DNC for blatantly stealing the nomination from him, right? And there have been 3 murders connected. Now, I heard it was up to 6, but I haven't confirmed the other 3. But we know of 3 murders connected to this case that were in Deborah Wasserman Schultz's district. 3, Seth Rich being one of them, who WikiLeaks said was the leaker. I mean, because it wouldn't make any sense for the Awan brothers if they were blackmailing the congressman that they've had the, DNC emails on to give the information to WikiLeaks. That wouldn't make any sense. So the motive was Seth Rich, because he was a staunch Bernie Sanders supporter. And of course, WikiLeaks put out a $20,000 reward for finding his killer, and the DNC said nothing, was silent on it. Why would you do that? So here leading all this, I mean, this is what's building, this is what's here. We know that there is major cover-up of criminal activity, of what looks like treason, blackmail, collusion, you name it. It goes across the whole spectrum, where Pakistanis. Now, how dumb do you have to be what? There are no Americans you can hire to do your IT work and be over the most sensitive material the country has? No, you got to go out and hire Pakistanis who have already been convicted in their own country of bank fraud and blackmail. Oh yeah, this is real smart of them. I mean, how do you get this stupid? So either is it stupidity? Was it done on purpose? The point being, they hired Pakistani brothers to go ahead. They've had access to some of our most sensitive material for years now. So the whole opportunity to them to blackmail everybody. And that's what I'm saying. I think this goes beyond, and even if it doesn't go beyond the DNC, showing their collusion. And you understand, conspiracy to murder people. So even if it doesn't go bleeding into the rhinos who obviously are colluding with the deep state to bring us down, even if it stays with the DNC, the powers that be need that false left-right paradigm with which we started out talking about, about labels, to keep us at odds. If the DNC goes down, everybody rushes to one side. Can't have that, can't have the people together. You can't control the people if they ain't fighting amongst each other. So why is this? Does these ring true to you? You think that they're hiding this story? Because obviously it's a huge story, but you won't hear about it on there. What do you think?
You got any thoughts on that, huh? I think the story is out there. I think it's growing more and more. I've seen quite a bit of it, but
really,
then again, I don't watch. I'm more of just a Fox News guy. But
Fox has reported on it, but not. Hannity's done a fairly good job, but they only report on about 50% of it. They don't go into depth. There's no follow-up. I mean, when you start following the rabbit holes here, it starts bleeding into all kinds of corruption.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind. Why do you think Trump tweeted about the transgender in the military? Do you think it was just a ploy? Because I think Trump's a very smart man. Do you think it was just to detract from the Russian stories and have everyone turn their heads around and go, wow, can you believe that? And kind of put Russia aside? Why did he tweet about that?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I'm not so sure that that's a big deal, other than, again, the media made it a big deal. I mean, look, man, really, 28% of the people say that, this is a good thing that he did. I speak to numerous military people because my work is a magnet for them. So, I'm speaking to a lot of military that tell me, this is a good thing. I mean, they're happy he's doing what he's doing for the military. So good. And again, it's a nutshell thing. It's one of those emotions. Because when you look, transgenders make up 0.06% of the entire population. Now, about maybe 1% of them, and probably less, of that 6%, want to go into the military. Most of them want to dance around pink tutus. So, what are we talking about here? So who gives a shit? No, I don't want to spend my tax dollars so you can cut off your ding dong. No.
As Roger Stone says, you lie, and you lie even more.
But I'm still worried why this is being buried, because I think it's too big to be, to fail. And I think that'll take down the entire power structure that way. But it's got to be done. This has got to be pushed. You got to call up your congressmen and your senators. Excuse me, that I've looked at this case. Why isn't this being prosecuted?
It's nice to meet you, Bob. I appreciate your patriotism.
Switch parties. Still not divorced yet? Still.
Politics would never do that to me.
God bless you. True love. I love it.
No.
I love it.
I mean, I follow it, but I'm not that crazy into it.
So I'm still looking. I'm digging and digging and digging, and I can't understand why this is being covered up. I mean, a Drudge isn't even reporting on that, and that's really weird. Breitbart is not reporting on it. I mean, you would think this would be like chum in the water to them. Why? I think that's the biggest puzzle in this entire scandal. Not the fact that Deborah Wasserman Schultz hired a guy that got fired from McDonald's and then started paying him $163,000 a year with a $250,000 bonus. No, that doesn't bother me as much as why isn't Drudge and Breitbart and everybody, for that matter, talking about that. We're talking about 80 congressmen, as many as 80 congressmen, including mine, being compromised. These guys had their secret intel, all their everything that they had on their computers for a decade. I mean,
Michael, how about make a donation here and my wife take a picture of me, you, and Hillary?
I love it. Sure,
right.
thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You want to get in here too? You want me to take a picture of the two of you? Right?
No.
You get over there near Donald. You get over there near Donald because I don't want you contaminating yourself. And I'm going to do something here you can't show the kids at home.
Okay. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll do another one too. Ready? 1. See, I got my sunglasses on.
Thank you, Michael.
Oh, my pleasure. I gave you guys a get out of jail free card.
Yes, we still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, take another one.
All right, we'll do. I'll pass it along to my friends.
You sure you don't want me to get a picture?
I'm good.
You see? See?
I'm good.
I think she's going to switch parties soon. What do you think? You think? You think? I think she'll see the light. You know, she'll start questioning why this isn't being investigated, and then she'll go, something's pretty stinky here. I don't know. God bless you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks. Have a good one.